What's good, y'all? It's Cril from Out the Box. I'm back for another new album review. This one features accomplished Brooklyn MC Talib Kweli and veteran Columbus, Ohio producer Rawls. The two come together to collaborate again after 20 plus years of Rawls producing the well-received Brown Skin Lady track, which debuted on the original Black Star album back in 1998. This time, the two artists come together for a full-length album entitled The Confidence of Knowing, which was actually released on September 13th, about a week ago. The album's duration is about 46 minutes with about 13 songs and has a host of dope guest features from Rawls, Blue, Tri-State, Coast Contra, Sky Zoo, Buckshot, Razcast, Planet Asia, Georgia and Modro, Diani, Soline, and more. The production has a variety of sounds, but in general it's boom bap, jazzy, and soulful. The traditional production vibe you would come to expect from Rawls. Track 1 is entitled Breath, Eyes, Memory, and is a track where Kweli expresses a series of thoughts reflecting on the current state of the culture, the political climate, and his persistence to overcome critics. He appears to sum up his thoughts in the hook where he recites the words, "This is my therapy. I'm very much alive. I'm searching for the truth, so the liars try to bury. A threat to my enemies. They after my breath, eyes, memory." The beat itself is boom bap, but the energy is more of a medium vibe with light strings over drums. Track 2 is the self-titled song entitled The Confidence of Knowing and features singer Rawls and MC Blue. The beat has a slower, softer vibe with light strings and lighter drums. The hook gives a good explanation of the subject matter on the song, which is about being brave enough to be yourself. Kweli and Blue highlight their coming-of-age journey of becoming themselves, and Jametta sings on the hook beautifully about the subject. Her vocals complement the track pretty strongly, and I think the hook is likely the most memorable part of the song because it spotlights the song's overall message. She sings the words, "You've got to be yourself. There's no other option. Just keep on pushing. You got it now." Blue's verse is also really good. His verse expresses the theme really well also. As far as subject matter on the track, this is another series of thoughts expressed by Kweli where he touches on topics like the state of the culture and fighting back against critics and colonization. The next track is entitled We Outside featuring Tri-State and is one of my favorite songs on the album. The beat hits just right, and Kweli's vocals and delivery complement the production perfectly. He starts off the first verse with some thought-provoking words directed to individuals whose lives are dictated by the algorithm. He says to them, "Ask yourself, who are you without the audience? What's an activist who's only active when you're recording him? If you're only active when it's on social media, that's performative. How can you ignore these policies affecting all of us?" In the sequence of the album, this is the first track where I feel Kweli grabs the listener's attention pretty easily. He paints a clear picture on the type of individual he's criticizing and why it's important to observe them in this way. The song ultimately criticizes those social media influencers involved in political conversations who appear to be one thing on camera, but behind the keyboard another thing, usually fake in person, not really the activists they claim to be online. Tri-State offers a pretty dope verse as well, where he emphasizes the importance of taking a stand for the truth. The message is pretty clear on this track. We Outside is a call to suggest that the real activists are also outside doing the grassroots work with the people, while the fake ones tend to be just behind closed doors, fooling the people online. Moving on to the next track entitled The Ghetto. This is another really dope track. It has a really smooth 90s jazz vibe, my favorite type of beat from Rawls. The subject matter reflects on the systematic challenges that the people of the ghetto have had to endure for years. Just going through the pain and surviving. And the topic is summed up in the hook, where Kweli repeats the words, "Too busy surviving to be living, too busy surviving to be living in the ghetto." How unfortunate is that? You can't really live and be at peace because the ghetto got you so caught up and so stuck in survival mode. Kweli has a line on the track describing the impact of the ghetto where he says, racial disparities, a place where giving to yourself is considered charity. Now that's a pretty deep line. And if I'm observing the line right, charity is usually something that one can afford to give to another group or person in need. So the idea that the only charity one can afford to give is the charity to himself because he doesn't have the resources to survive is just a sad situation to be in. But I think overall, Kweli really shines lyrically on this track. It's another one of my favorite songs on the album, and the beat is just dope as well. The song SWAT is an upbeat track and features the group Coast Contra. The lyrics include a variety of different thoughts where each MC showcases their lyricality motivated by the fast-paced energy of the beat. What stands out the most is the lyricality and the upbeat energy of the track. The song Turnstile features fellow Brooklyn MCs Buckshot and Sky Zoo. It has a boom bap, gritty East Coast vibe, and Kweli sets the tone by painting the picture as though it's set in a New York subway station in the early 90s. The track in general is paying homage to coming up in the gritty streets of Brooklyn and how they've been able to navigate to success. They also take time to reference some notable Brooklyn lingo and landmarks also in the song. The track Shalimar features Razcast, which has a mellow, smooth vibe. Lyrically, Kweli is exceptional. His flow stands out pretty strong on this track. You could tell he's in the pocket. His flow starts off slow, then speeds up cleverly as his verse is about to close out. Razcast comes in and enhances the song even more with his dope vocal presence, his choice of words, and also his flow. Each MC just has one verse, but the combination of the beat, flow, and lyrics make this track a memorable one off the album. The song Pay Homage sounds like the posse track on the album. Aside from the earlier track I mentioned with Coast Contra, this one features MC IDK, Planet Asia, Feel the Agony, and also Middle Child. The beat has a soulful, smooth vibe to it. The lyrics from each MC cover a variety of different thoughts, but in general touch on their perspectives, wisdoms gained in life, and paying homage to those who laid the foundation in hip-hop. Love for Life features Jametta Rose and Georgia Ann Muldrow, who both sing on the record. This record has a slow, romantic vibe and is ultimately about the love for a significant other. Kweli does an awesome job lyrically delivering on the subject matter, while Jametta Rose and Georgia Ann Muldrow make the song stand out even more with their vocal contributions. The track Steve Austin features Kweli's daughter Diani, who starts off the song with a dope verse displaying her lyrical abilities, while Kweli delivers the second verse giving props to his daughter and son, amongst a variety of other topics. The beat is slowly head-nodding and soulful and accentuate the raps of each MC on the song. Singing to the Sky features singer Solean and MC Nico Is. It has a prominent boom-bap vibe over a slower melody of instruments. The subject matter touches on the love and appreciation for music and how it can be sometimes used negatively, but also for the greater good. Each artist reflects on their deep connection to music and love for it as well. It's Workin' is the closing track on the album and is a great song to finish out the project. The beat is classic Rawls, and it has that impactful, jazzy boom-bap sound. Kweli's lyrics speak on how he's been able to overcome negative distractions and still inspire the people through his music and work efforts. But the overall message on the track is displayed on the hook and offers a sense of encouragement for those who are struggling to achieve and succeed in a society of corruption and odds being stacked against the righteous. It's exemplified in the words of the chorus that goes, "It's working. What you're doing is working. Keep on moving with purpose. Stay true, go deep beneath the surface. It's worth it. It's working." It feels like an inspirational message to close out the album, and the production vibe feels cool and fun, but still jazzy and boom bap. Overall, this is a pretty solid project. Aside from the Liberation albums with Madlib, it's one of my favorite Kweli and one producer album collaborations. I think Rawls complements Kweli really well. My favorite tracks on the album are We Outside, To the Ghetto, Turnstile, Shalimar, Love for Life, and It's Working. Check out the album when you get a chance, which is available on digital streaming platforms. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. Feel encouraged to share the video, and of course, please do remember to subscribe to the channel for more reviews. Also, check out my website, outtheboxmedia.com, for frequent posts on new hip-hop and soul music releases. I truly thank each of you for tuning in. Peace, love, and light.